What is going on, everyone? It is General Tariel, your coach of Charlotte Carbanks, bringing you the APA Season 6 Week 4 battle against Coach Miticus and the Boston Beedrills. Miticus, of course, is the commissioner of the APA, and we're looking forward to a good fight. He's 2-1 right now. To see what I'm bringing this week, make sure to check out the team builder and what I expect him to bring. Right over there on the side, Mega Beedrill, Mew, Tapu Koko, Politoed, Fortress, and Drampa. And we'll get this ready to go right now. So the main plan is stop his weather canceling with Ninetales and Politoed. Yeah. There's a possibility the Politoed is, So what did he not bring? He didn't bring Drampa. Okay, that's good. It's really good, actually. He didn't realize how important that thing was. Get me a Alolan Ninetales, please. Little Alolan Ninetales. No, stop. There we go. Now grow. Grow a little bit more. There we go. Alrighty. Ninetales, you need to calm your beautiful tail. Thank you. Alrighty. So, looking at his possible leads, he might notice that we need to spin with Excadrill in order to start. He doesn't see, well, no, I do have Fire Coverage or Chandelure. I kind of want to stop any possibility of Aurora Veil starting on first turn, so it might be smart to go Gigalith first. That way, I can also get Rocks on, and that would stop his U-turn and Volt switching. And if anything comes out with Weather, I'm going to be slower than them, so I'm going to get my Weather up and stop theirs. So I'll go with that. Good luck, have fun. And then we're clicking Zackstone. Alrighty. So main plan here is to wear down with Chandelure and Exploud, and then most likely clean up with Sand, hopefully at the end. So I'm going to try to keep Gigalith and Excadrill nice and healthy. Rune and Milotic, of course, will be our switch-ins. Once again, if he brings out Mew at any point, I am going hard on Milotic to catch any possible status. Unless he leads Mew, that means he has Stealth Rocks on Mew. Because he might need some move coverage on Fortress, because I did believe he needed that Earthquake stuff. Really surprised he didn't bring the Drampa, though. I guess he didn't realize the power of Cloud9. It's like some abilities are just small, and you don't notice them for certain battles. But if you pay close attention, you can notice real threats. Oh. Alrighty, so let's see what Excadrill does. I need a most likely fully defensive Fortress, actually. Yep, WinCon. I don't see you're any hail support, my dude. Alright, so he could be predicting just Stealth Rocks right here and go Fortress. I'm going to click Rock Slide, 1 to get damage on this, just so it can't come back in if he tries to go for Aurora Veil. And I also get to see what type of Stealth Rocks. Oh, no, I go Stealth Rocks, because if he goes Fortress, I can just go Chandelure. Yeah, okay. I was talking a lot right there for something I didn't need to. Ooh, I need to get this into the chat for the homies. Alrighty. Yeah, so no matter what, we're really safe with Rocks right here. He goes Politoed, that's perfectly fine. I can go hard Milotic, because this thing can't do anything to me. The best thing he could do would be a Toxic, and then we get our Marvel Scale up on Milotic. That way we can handle Beedrill better. So it's kind of looking good so far. So that Ninetales probably has Freeze Dry for Milotic, Moonblast for Kyurem Black, Blizzard for just mad damage, and of course Aurora Veil. So basic level 1 Ninetales set, most likely. It just depends on the Ninetales whether it's got Light Clay or not. Considering he named it WinCon, it's a possibility. Since he has Rain Up, it's a possibility he doubles into Fortress here. And then if I go into Chandelure, he gets a switch out, and then I don't know. It's just that Rain kind of... The Rain really supports Fortress, which is almost the only thing that really supports his team besides the option of running Thunder on Tapu Koko. But it really hinders, like, Emboar, which is just a massive threat for some teams. Not mine. But Emboar just hits really hard, so... Rain, it's not going to be that hard of a problem because he doesn't have any abusers besides Politoed itself. And like I said, we get that Marvel scale. I want to Toxic this thing myself because I honestly don't see him going into anything too good. And if it's anything, it's Mew, and I won't get synchronized because I already have the Toxic. So I don't see Fortress coming in here because if I went for a Scald, I don't know what other possible play you could go here for, unless he's got like HP Grass or something, HP Electric, which wouldn't do much at all. So we're just clicking Toxic, gonna see what he wants to go into here. It might just be a Tapu Koko switch in here in order for him to start getting momentum. If it's Fortress, I lose nothing. I just still go Chandelure, that's still my play. If it's Mew, we know it's a Spadef Mew. So we're getting a lot of information about his team from here at the beginning. The Toxic was very good for us, so we can take on that Mega Beedrill. Fortunately, we don't need it for anything else in this team, unless it's a physical Mew with knockoff potential, but we don't really need it for anything else. It's just, it's going to help us with this Mega Beedrill a lot better. I know Miticus is looking for a nice win here because he really wants to make playoffs and do better this season. And I hope he does, but just not against me. Plus, in our division, we're number 2 right now. But right now for number 1, we have Dr. Piplup, who's doing very well. He's a newbie for the APA. I don't know if this was his first season or not, but right now he's doing really well. He does go into the Fortress, so that was a good play. But I can still safely go into Chandelure, like 100%. Unless, because I don't really want to go for Scald in case he does go Rapid Spin. Let me see how much a possible Earthquake does to Chandelure. Since I do believe that's a possible move he was bringing this game. Let's see, Litspook. Then we got Fortress. Let's just go defensive and we'll plop Earthquake on there. Okay, so he actually does a decent amount against us. He actually might just be going for rocks here. Yeah, he's probably just going for rocks. So how much is my Lodic actually going to do in the rain? Scald, and then we got Rain Up. Oh, we take on this thing. This thing gets worn down a lot. Alright, so I'm just going to go for the Scald, knowing he's just going for rocks this turn. Alright, so he has Volt Switch, so he's going to be going Koko here probably. But that was a good play. He did predict the Chandelure. Because it's a real obvious play. Chandelure is just an amazing counter to Fortress. Alright, so he has Volt Switch, Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin, Gyro Ball most likely. So he might not even be carrying Earthquake. So he went for a basic set over a good counter for some of my team. I'm still going to watch out for it. But I'm not too worried about it. I don't see Beedrills as a switch in. Mew could be a switch in, but he probably just wants Tapu Koko for momentum. My play, if it's Tapu Koko no matter what, is still Gigalith. because Giga takes him on really well. The most he can do to me with Tapu Koko is probably just Nature's Madness to happen half my HP. Okay. So he's got Freeze Dry, I know that. I'm just going back into Gigalith. He can go for his Aurora Veil if he wants, I'm fine. Oh wait. I'm gonna go hard Chandelure. Another reason, Chandelure has that Infiltrator. We go straight through those Aurora Veils. Honestly didn't notice that in my team build, but I noticed it now, so that's all that matters. So we're countering his Alolan Ninetales too with Chandelure. Chandelure's gonna put in work this game. I'm not gonna overpredict with Politoed. Actually, no. Chandelure, or Alolan Ninetales can't touch Chandelure. So if he stays in here and goes for Aurora Veil, or do I need that? No, I can't risk recover if he goes for Freeze Dry here. Okay, he goes for Aurora Veil. Do I click Energy Ball? Energy Ball will even knock out... Actually, how much does it do to just an HP invested Politoed, not looking at special defense? Let's see. Because if Muse is like Spadef answer, then I want to get as much damage on Mew as possible. And Politoed. Let's go Tank. Shadow Ball will almost... We'll do a good amount of damage after rocks and such. So I'm just going to go for it just to wear down Politoed. Energy Ball would be a KO. It's just the possibility of Mew. I want to take it out. Also, if I get locked in Energy Ball, then he freely goes into Mega Beedrill and gets off a U-turn, which would be bad because my Milotic needs to come in on something at one point and get off a recover. So we get to see if he's just HP, and then he's Spadef. He lost 29%, so he has some special defense investment. Unfortunately, he did get that special defense drop, but we're not gonna be able to one-shot it from here. So I'm gonna go on into Milotic here and just get my free recover, because I need that health back up. He's most likely just going for a Scald here. I just need the recover on Milotic, so this way I can still come in on the Mega Beedrill, or I can 1v1 some other things on his team with Milotic. Alright, so he went for Toxic. We're going to get a free recover off. He's going to go hard Tapu Koko most likely. Which is perfectly fine. I'll go Gigalith, get my Sand. And then he'll most likely go Politoed after that. Alright, so it's going to be a lot of Milotic switching. But if I go this route, then he goes Koko, he goes for Volt Switch on my Gigalith, then he goes into Politoed, then he threatens me out, which is fine. I go right back into Milotic here, and then I just make a double into whatever he goes into. Just a play ahead of time. So we're looking alright so far. Okay, it's perfectly fine. You don't do that much to me with Marvel Scale. And if you do, I'm just going for Scald here no matter what, because you should die. Which I'll be perfectly fine with if I go down to low health, because Milotic was meant for the Mega Beedrill. So we go Beedrill, Mega, and I am Toxic. Alright, so we do not one-shot with Scald, but he does not do more than 33% with a Poison Jab. So we're in good scenario right here. I doubt he protects. Yep, just U-turn. Alright, so now he's forced to go into Mew. It's that simple. Mew's the only thing that can really take on Milotic. And then I need to, he could go Politoed here, but once again, that's a free recover on my part, because he obviously has nothing for it. That U-turn was... Going into B was the wrong play overall, because me having Marvel Scale, he just doesn't have enough damage to do anything to me. And we get to see if he's Light Clay. He is Light Clay. Does a Mew take me out from anything? Alright, wait, 19% on the Scald. I'm sure he's special defense, but this is where I can calculate right now. Mew. OU utility. Scald, but they have up Aurora Veil. Which is, okay. Actually, he's not a, that's an offensive Mew. I need to Toxic this thing. Because I don't know what this Mew is going to go for. That's offensive, based off damage. Because... Let me check this one more time. It's just Aurora Veil that's helping. Yeah, that's an offensive Mew. I don't know what kind. It's probably a special attack based. I don't know if that means he has more Volt Switch and stuff. He probably has something to take out Milotic right here. It's a possibility this is like a nasty plot. I'm just gonna go Zack Stone, get rid of the weather. Okay, he's got Defog. Alright, so he doesn't have spin on Fortress, so he might have the Earthquake. If I go for rocks right here, he can go for whatever he wants. Maybe am I doing damage incorrectly? For that calc? Because he's got leftovers. Oh, he's still got Careful Nature. He might just be a defense invested Mew. Or an HP defense. That's what he's somewhat. He's got HP with some speed and maybe some special attack. So... Is this his Z move? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I need to check this. Quick double check. You guys get to see the APA doc. It's leaked to the online world. Load faster, doc. Go. Go. You're not going fast enough? Okay. It is one of his Z moves. Wait, why did I just check that he has leftovers? Okay, we're fine. I'm just gonna go for Stealth Rock again. I want to see what this Mew's gonna do. Alright, that's fine. Now I can go... Oh, so this Mew actually doesn't have anything for Milotic. So I can go hard... No, because he might do a switch here. But if he would switch here, he would switch into Politoed to get rid of my... to threaten out my Diglett. So Milotic is a very safe play here, considering he's got most likely Soft Boil, Defog, Knockoff, and probably some form of fighting coverage, even though he didn't go for it. I'll go Milotic here. I feel like he's gonna go Politoed. But I do need to know that Excadrill sweeps at this point. Excadrill does sweep. But I mean, if he goes Politoed, then it's pointless. So there's no point in me going into Excadrill right now. But since Fortress is really low, Politoed's just one Stealth Rock switching away from being an Earthquake knockout without defensive investment. Oh, he's got U-turn for momentum. Okay, so this is actually bad, because now my Milotic's going to take poison damage, and, well, not even that. I have to switch. It's that simple. He's most likely going into Coco. He's got to. He hasn't done it yet. He needs to. There it is. I'm going into Drill. 1,000,000%. You can predict this and just go for a regular U-turn, but I'm not worried about that. Does have the hidden power fighting. Does prove to be pointless. Okay, what does he want to sack? Wait, no, he doesn't sack. That's a defense invested Mew. Okay, so Earthquake does most on Mew. That was actually bad because now I lost a good amount of health. He had a good prediction there. Fortress will die to a single Earthquake. He goes Politoed here, I just kill it. And then he goes in the Beedrill and throw me out with a U-turn. And that's where we'll go into Exploud. Okay. I want to see if I'm non-Swords Dance. Well, I just want to see how much damage I'll do to a possible max defense Mew with Earthquake. Because we know that Mew is just about max HP, but I don't know exactly, Oop, wrong Excadrill. I just need to know if it's defensive or not. What? Oh, Aurora Veil's still up. Okay, so Mew would die to 2 Earthquakes. That's my play. I just click Earthquake here. Whatever he wants to go into has to die, so it just forces me to switch afterwards. And it's really bad that my Milotic is on this low of HP, because now you can predict me to come in on Politoed really wanting to recover. So he might make a smart switch on that. I should have known, I think I said in the team build HP fighting was a possibility, but I was just thinking of a possible momentum swing for him. Because he could have went Politoed here and it wouldn't have been a problem. Even though this actually puts him in a better position, because now Drill's at a lower amount of health. And I can't sweep an entire team still, but it's just not gonna work. He goes Fortress. Okay, we're just gonna pick up this kill. Sees Life Orb. Sandstorm's gone, so he can go into anything he wants. My guess would be Coco again, or the Beedrill. If he goes Coco, I don't stay in. Because, I mean, it would be a really ballsy play, like it really would be. Just in case he went for hidden power fighting, but there's no point. There's no point in doing that. It's too risky. Especially when Drill wins me the game under Sand. So if he goes Beedrill here, that means he's carrying Drill Run, which I have a problem with. I honestly do. If he goes Beedrill, I just have to sack something just about. My Milotic's too low. Crap. I really let my Milotic get too low on health. I needed that Toxic at the same time, though. Because my Milotic can't even come in on a U-turn right now. But that was first blood at turn 14, even though it's taken a while. I know Miticus likes to take his time with his plays and think. So his play here is definitely just one of the pivoters. Most likely Coco, so he doesn't have to get more rock damage on B. Even though they'll both be at 50 at this point, so I don't think it really matters. Best case scenario. Are you going for U-turn? Or do you have that Will-O-Wisp that I predicted? Or are you going for defog? Either way, I'm going to Milotic and I'm getting a recover. Even though I feel like he's going for U-turn. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Especially if he's going for knockoff. He's probably going for knockoff. What does he have? Giggle is my safest play. This is because if he U-turns, he just goes into Politoed, and he doesn't. Okay. I'm not doubling into Milotic again. I'm simply going for Rock Slide. It's a possibility. Defog's here or goes for Tox. Okay, so Defog, knockoff, U-turn, soft boiled. He might be going for. He could get free U-turn into Politoed. Rock Slide won't kill Politoed, but it would be really close. That's probably just my play. I'm actually gonna make if I make any sacks, yeah, it's gonna be Explode. I just need to think about some future plays right now. Okay, you just go for Defog. Alright, so he's gonna want me to go for rocks here. But I know he's gonna go Poly? No, he could go. I'm just clicking Rock Slide. I don't want him to get any offensive pressure. He goes for knockoff. I'm not switching. I have no need to switch. Now he's probably going for soft boiled. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna keep playing this game. Because I'm in a winning fight. Not really, because he can get more health, but... Alright, Sandstorm's gone. Now he goes for Defog. Chandelier would in one shot anyways. And then he would go for knockoff the following turn. Explode on the other hand. Wait, let me check this Rock Slide damage. I need to understand this Mew. Base 100s are such a pain. Okay, Giglith. If I can type. Then we got Mew. Okay, Rock Slide. Alright, so he's defensive invested Mew. Right? Okay, yeah, he's defensive invested Mew. So, how much does Chandelier actually do with Shadow Ball? $83. So I won't one shot. From where he's at. I'm gonna get a recover off here. Yep, okay. I make random plays and then I realize the smart one like afterwards. Because he can get rid of my leftovers here, or U-turn, but I need this recovery in order to take on B. He goes Ninetales. I am making the same play and going Chandelier no matter what. And then I'm clicking Energy Ball for the Politoed. Actually, no, I can still make the Shadow Ball play. I two-shot that. Wait, no. Let's see, after rocks, he'll get down to 48 Shadow Balls, a 20 roll. No, I don't wanna take that risk, right? Shadow Ball did. Oh, 30%. Okay, yeah, I go Chandelier and I click Shadow Ball. Okay. So I'm assuming he made this prediction. Even if he doesn't know, this thing outspeeds me and it destroys me. So there's a few plays I could go for here. One could be actually no, that's a bad play. Crap. But I can't get rid of Chandelier here. Probably just sack Explode in all honesty. Then I go hard Gigalith. Because he's either going for knockoff here or he's going for Joe Run. And those both 100% kill me, I'm sure of it. I'll double check on Calc, but that was a good aggressive switch on his part. But if I get Beedrill, actually no, I don't even have Rocks up right now, so never mind. Yeah, knockoff 100% kills us. What are the odds he's not running max speed? An odd I'm not willing to take. Like, if he just goes for knockoff, we're dead. It's that easy. Shadow Ball won't even kill Beedrill from here. Beedrill's frail, but not that frail. Actually, Shadow Ball's a roll here, but I'm still not risking it. I hate that Chandelier was just 1 point. 1 point slower than Mega Beedrill with Scarf. This game's actually gonna start wearing down really fast here, even though it's been a while. Because now that Gigalith's low on health, Milotic can't come in on Beedrill for free. It's actually gonna be a slight problem. Actually, wait, if he goes for knockoff here, does... Actually, no, I don't want leftovers gone. Explode's just a safe sack. Drill Run. Oh, we eat that. U-turn will easily destroy us this next turn, though. Which I'm perfectly fine with. Yeah. He just gets the kill on Explode here. I just need to make the sack. Explode could do a decent amount versus the rest of his team. But I don't know. Explode was really just a fill-in for this team. I wanted to try AV, but I need to be careful about my plays here. Reun I need to keep for that Tapu Koko and that Mew. Considering Mew's his minimum physical damage. And if he goes for U-turn here, I can counter whatever he wants to go into. Which is most likely just Chandelier, unless it's Mew. But if he goes for Poison Jab here, I'm forced to go into Gigalith. Or do I go Milotic and recover? Okay, he went for U-turn. Alright, so if he goes Mew, I think I go Reun. This is actually kind of annoying right now. These are going to be a lot of 50-50s. It's just what happens when you face a U-turn team. I mean, he's got 2 Volt Switch Pokemon on Fortress and Tapu Koko, and he's got U-turn on Mega Beedrill and Mew. He decides to go Politoed. Okay. That's a free Katara health situation. Which is my play. Is that my play? If I go Chandelier, I can click Energy Ball and get a kill. Actually, does that kill? I think that's close. Let's see. Energy Ball's not a kill on Polytoad right now. So I can go here, get up my sand, or you go Milotic and get a recover. What's my best play here? If I go into Reun, he most likely just goes into Mew. And I do not beat Mew one-on-one, technically, and I want to keep that Assault Vest. It puts me in a knockoff situation, so Reun's not a smart play. Gigalith gets me Sand. I get up Rocks again, he goes Mew. But then that's U-turn situation again. Actually, Mew does nothing to Excadrill just about. I don't know. It's so tough. Because Chandelure cannot one-shot. I know that for a fact. If I go to Gigalith, I eat a Scald because my Sand comes up. Or I can click Toxic and put that Mew on a timer. Or Milotic Recover right now. I'm gonna go Milotic and I'm gonna recover. If he goes Tapu Koko, then I'm gonna go Reuniclus. Because he proves he wants to go for a special attack and not U-turn. Okay. It's just if I went Gigalith, one, he would Toxic me to say the least, which would be annoying. And then right after, if I got up Rocks, then it would just be a Defog war with Mew again. So he was smart in bringing Defog on Mew and not bringing Rapid Spin Fortress. Let's see. It's just this pivoting puts me in such a bad situation because my only answer to Beedrill, unless I sack something, is Milotic. So I need this health. And I don't have Rocks up right now, and that Mew can easily take on Gigalith as he knows. So that's just easy defog for him. I need this recover though, and I think he knows that. Are you going Beedrill again? Or are you going for Freeze Dry? My play has always been Chandelure, and he knows that. I'm slower than Ninetales, so if I go Zexstone, he goes Polytoad. Zexstone on Beedrill is actually best case scenario, because I'm not scared of him killing me. Because if he does kill me with a drill run, then Excadrill comes in and takes on his team. Actually, no, that wouldn't be for long though, because of the rain. He would just have to sack one of his rain Pokemon. Sorry, rain or hail. Just depends on what he... Reun's good mid play here. But not actually, because now that's a problem. So he knows I'm Regenerator now. His player could be anything really. He could stay in if he wanted to. Let's see. Psyshock just does as much as HP Fire. If he goes Mew, then he goes for knockoff the following turn. And I can go into Zexstone to get up Sand And at that point, I'm Toxicing Mew. No, I'll go for rocks, and then I'll Toxic, and Zexstone will get Toxic, but that's fine. I just need him to come in for one turn, just one turn later on to get up Sand. Actually, is Sand even a thing right now? Should I just go Hard Drill? Because Mew can't really take on Drill. But it's defensive Mew. Ninetales isn't going to do anything to Ryun, so... Because that's what he's doing. He just wants to go into, He stayed in. Okay, so now we threaten him out. He goes for Toxic on me. I haven't revealed my Toxic yet, so I'll go for this on Mew. And then I'll go for Rocks the following turn. Let's hope it's Mew over Politoed. Politoed would make it so Chandelure can start putting a little bit more work on his team. But whenever I go Chandelure, he can just go Beedrill. Aurora Veil proving to be a problem. I still didn't expect him to bring it just because Gigalith destroys this thing. And Excadrill. And Chandelure. But he still brought it. Oh, if he had this thing with Trampa against me, that'd be awful. This is gonna be a long battle. I don't even... What's the recording at right now? 40 minutes. Okay, this is gonna be a nice, at least hour-long video. Just go... Well, that was only the first hacks for today. Do I still get this up? I mean, what's a way you can stall here? For Toxic. You can go into Beedrill. Or is this play still knockoff? He doesn't want Mew Toxic. But if I go for this Rock Slide on him trying to overpredict on Toxic, for B just eating it, I want to make that play. Because if he does that, then he loses B and I'm in a amazing position because Chandelure just clicks moves and wins the game. I mean, I still have to make switches depending on what I pick. He doesn't, of course. It was way too risky. I shouldn't have made that play. I'm forced to switch Gigalith, which he knows. He can go for a U-turn here. If I go Drill, then he goes Toad. Earthquake does not kill. I'm in a losing position because he just keeps getting momentum. I mean, he freely goes for U-turn here because he knows I need to keep this later on for Sand, so... Honestly, this is such a bad spot. But if this comes in on a knockoff, then Chandelure is in trouble. Excadrill comes in on a knockoff. I don't get enough damage on stuff. I just see U-turn being the play. Like, I can't win this with the momentum. This is so dumb. He finally learns how to use the momentum on my team and not against the other people he's faced. This is aggravating. He just goes into either one of his things. Even Ninetales kills me at this point. And I can't even kill Politoed because of Aurora Veil. I just have to click Earthquake. That way that I can just click Energy Ball with Chandelier and kill this thing later on. Or, I mean, is that my play? Yeah, that's just my play. I put myself in such a bad position. How did this happen? Besides his continuous U-turn. It was all in that double with Beedrill. That's when he gained all that momentum. U-turn and Volt Switch is ridiculous. I couldn't stop it. I should have figured Alolan Ninetales was coming. I mean, I have enough answers on it on this team already. I mean, that's my main counters to it on my overall draft. But, like, this is just annoying still. I'm keeping Gigalith as U-turn fodder later on. I can go into Chandelure and click Shadow Ball, though. But then he just goes Beedrill. Oh, why? And then Mew's the problem. I just hate Mew so much. Like, it's good if it's on your team, but, like, if it's on another team, it's just the problem. Because it's anything you ever want it to be. Like, it can literally do that. Like, it can even be your opponent. Mew even gets transformed. If I click Shadow Ball here, he still has a turn or War Veil the following turn, so he definitely gets whatever he wants. Milotic, I would just get a Toxic up here. Like, that's all I would do. He would just stay in with Politoed, and I don't want to risk this thing having rest. So I actually need to kill this thing right now. Let's see. If I go... No, Ryun would be slower than this thing, and once again, can't risk him having rest. I'll just go Chandelure. I'm just gonna make whatever play I'm safe with right now. I can't go for anything risky, to say the least. He just sacks Politoed here, because he doesn't need this weather counter anymore. It was meant for drill, so... this is gonna be bad. I don't know if I can win this, because momentum just kills me. It's beyond 50-50s, because I can't risk specific plays, because Beedrill not only gets that momentum, but it does stupid damage with that adaptability and base 140 attack. Gen 7's just like, here, we're gonna give you a stupid buff, where you don't have to run Protect anymore. And there's a lot of fairies that you can destroy now. So, Mega Beedrill is definitely on a possible pickup for the following. Oh my god. You just have to sack Politoed here, dude. You don't have to make a crazy play. If you make a crazy play, then it's not smart. Okay, he made the play. Aurora Veil, he lives whatever. He just goes and yep, the killer. Okay, so Milotic. 1,000,000% eats a drill run. He goes for U-turn. I go for Scald. If he goes in the Tapu Koko, I go into Reuniclus. If he goes into Mew on that Scald, I get free recovery option. No, that's bad. And if he just clicks U-turn here, then I basically lose, because then it's just gonna weaken my team even more. Not fun. We're gonna have to... I mean, it's just the problem. I can't overpredict because of U-turn. Like, you can't, like, not overpredicting, but making good predictions, half of that is doubling. That's what I do in battles, and I can't do that against U-turns. Because then he just goes into the counter. And if I, the only thing that is simple for going on like a switch like that is you go into something that's meant to take on that specific Pokemon. Which in my case, Beedrill just Beedrill's the answer for everything, so it's whatever. He can go for U-turn here, considering his Aurora Veil. It wouldn't hurt him to go into anything else after this. He can even... No, he clicks U-turning her and he goes into Milotic. Not Milotic. Went for knockoff, got rid of my lefties. Alright. You gave me rain. This is my last turn of rain. He's probably going right back to set up that Aurora Veil. And I cannot do anything about it. Actually, if he goes... No, he's going U-turn here no matter what. I'm up. I'm up in the next draft. Okay. Actually... So I know for a fact he's going for U-turn here. I can go into Chandelure and start gaining momentum. Because he won't have rain anymore. I can freely click Fire Blast. Go for U-turn, go for U-turn, go for U-turn. Okay. I one-shot... I don't one-shot Coco. I one-shot... And I don't one-shot Mew. But he don't know that. And if he goes Mew, I use my Choice Scarf. And honestly, I'm just going to do that at this point because I want Mew done. That way Milotic can take on his team except for Coco. But that's what Ryun's going to be here for. And then Giggle is just going to be an important sack. I didn't want to get rid of Gigalith just yet. Okay. It's in. Chandelure, Tapu Koko. Wait, why does Energy Ball do more to Tapu Koko? And fire. Oh, Rain's still up. I was wondering. Oh yeah, we one-shot this thing. Okay. I can click. Actually, no. Shadow Ball's a roll. Can't risk that. I have to kick Fire Blast. And if I miss it, then it's game. But Shadow Ball puts me in a roll. Just please land this Fire Blast. Like, I need to... This is the only way I'm gonna win. This Coco goes down? Yes, okay. Now there's no threat to, Milotic. If he goes Beedrill here, then he 1,000,000% knows he outspeeds me. False. He can go Mew to be the safe play, because he know he lives whatever hit I go for, and he goes for knockoff. So if he goes into Mew right now, I go into Gigalith and I sack that. And then if Milotic still... Milotic doesn't have leftovers anymore, right? I don't think Milotic has leftovers anymore. Oh, nope, that's not timer. Knockoff. Yeah, okay, I don't have leftovers anymore. So, you can also just U-turn with Mew. Safely gain momentum, so... There's those plays, but... I need to go Milotic, and I just need to get a Toxic up. If he gets that Aurora Veil up, though, again, I'm in trouble. Okay, he goes B. I sack. Then I go Milotic. And click recover. Because you think I might want to go into Chandelure again. Actually, no, you would just click U-turn. Because if I went Chandelure, Mew eats 86. That's not that much. I just want to check this again. Oh, Aurora Veil was up that entire time when I was calcing, and this Chandelure doesn't have Infiltrator. Okay, we might be in a better bet. Okay, Infiltrator is not even an ability on the calc, which kind of makes sense. Just could put none because that doesn't matter. Okay, a special defensive Mew does still eat 2 Shadow Balls, but I don't need the Scarf at this point because I'm gonna outspeed that Mew because he's fully defense invested, and Ninetales can't hurt me, and I'm not outspeeding this Beedrill no matter what. So my play here is Gigalith. Get up Sand, just do a little damage to him. He goes for U-turn. This is actually best case scenario. I need to see how much that knockoff's doing to Chandelure. 39 to 46. That's enough. But then I can't take on Ninetales. Actually, no, that's false. Well, if it sets up Aurora Veil, I can't take it on. And then I lose to Beedrill. Milotic can't recover stall due to Toxic. Okay, I need to decide my play here. Is my play Milotic and get a Toxic off? Or is my play Chandelure and just get a Shadow Ball off? Be willing to lose my Scarf and let Mew go down. If I go Toxic here... No, this threatens Alolan Ninetales from coming in. How much does Reune do? I mean, if Chandelure doesn't do that much too with a Shadow Ball, then I doubt Reune's gonna do that much to me with Shadow Ball. Oh, that's nothing. Okay. We'll just put Chandelure back on this calc because that was actually pathetic. Okay, so I go Chandelure. I let him get the knockoff, but Mew goes down. Because I get a Shadow Ball off, I still outspeed 284. Yeah, because he's not going to have any speed investment into Mew. Wait, no. He's defense invested. He's defense invested Mew. So I actually... Do I one-shot this? Or is it a roll? Oh. If I get max roll, I kill him. Actually, no. I don't kill him. He lives. So it's still the same scenario. My life would be easier if Beedrill didn't outspeed by 1 point. But I mean, I can't help that. And I wish I got that Toxic up on Mew earlier. Because at this point, Shadow Ball would kill. If y'all have been watching this entire, how long? Oh, we're hitting an hour, and are you ready for it? Count down with me. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's an hour. Congratulations, Miticus. I think I call him Miticus more than Miticus, but it's okay. He's probably used to it. Yep, he lives. He goes for knockoff, right? That kills. That shouldn't have killed. That shouldn't have killed. I can't win this game now. How did that kill? He's not bold. Why would I calc knockoff with a bold set? Oh my god. I don't. Okay. That defense drop allows me to go in and keep clicking Shadow Ball with Reuniclus because he can't. I mean, he could stall. Okay. I can go Milotic. I click Toxic. I click Scald. And then I click Recover. No. Because at that point he might already have 9. I can't win this. I'm garbage. I'm gonna try and just hope for like some hacks or some garbage. But he wins at this point. Because a U-turn into Freeze Dry will kill Milotic. Milotic, of course, doesn't. None of these outspeed Mew. Mew just gets a free soft boiled here. Let's see what a Scald from Milotic is gonna do to a -1 Mew. You can also just click knockoff here, sack Mew, go into Beedrill, click U-turn. I'm forced to recover. I'll probably be around this margin after Toxic and Sandstorm, because at this point, after that, U-turn is going to get me down to here. Recover. Okay, so I'll be around 46% if he makes that play. No, he just keeps Mew in. I'm going for Toxic. I can't have him stall me. Because he just soft boils up here to take on Reun. He makes that play. Okay. He goes for Freeze Dry here, but I'm forced to recover. He goes for Aurora Veil. I don't think I can win this, but I'm just gonna stay. Try my best. It's not like you were hiding it, my dude. You can stay in and just click Freeze Dry. Or he goes Mew here. He can actually... B would die to a Psyshock. He can't do that. Shadow Ball after Hail. That doesn't kill Mew. Yep, he made a smart play. Okay. Beedrill clicks U-turn and wins. That's what I'm seeing. Actually, Beedrill can click Poison Jab and win. Why would I go for that? Go for this. I mean, he just goes into... He just clicks U-turn. And then Milotic can't take on Mew at this point, especially with Aurora Veil up. Toxic on Alolan Ninetales. Okay. I guess he just drops Blizzard for that. That kind of makes sense, but... At least we're only going to lose by like 1 or 2. Most likely 2, but... I don't know, that's a positive thing. Let's... Okay. Let me just still check this. I just want to... Two poison jabs after hail and toxic will definitely KO me. Okay, so there's no point in me switching here. And then... Reuniclus even dies, almost dies to a poison jab. He just goes for U-turn. I mean... Because he's just wearing down my Milotic in the end. Actually... If he goes poison jab and we live here, then we win. No. I should have switched. It's whatever. It's not like we can win anyways. Because now he just gets to stall. I'm just going to Toxic this thing, trying to take down Mew with us. Just so my Milotic can hopefully get another kill. But that's probably not going to happen, because Mew's going to have more health in the end. Especially since I can't do any damage to it with that Aurora Veil. This was a stupid long video. It was completely unnecessary. We're not even 50 turns in. Of course his team works perfectly against me. This is ridiculous. I mean, yeah, the only great play, in my opinion, that he made was smart defog on rocks, and then that double with Beedrill one time to start this whole momentum bowl. But other than that, you can't be jinxed. It's impossible. I would have to get a crit with Scald here. No, I would just have to keep getting crits with Scald. Because my Milotic's just dying at this point. Like... I actually die if I... Actually, no, I don't. Whatever. I don't care at this point. I lost. I hate Mew. That's still gonna stand. Hashtag can't defeat us. But... it's whatever. I'm just gonna go down here just so I'm not killing any more time. It's just unsportsmanlike at this point, but I'm not gonna forfeit at the same time. And we lost again. We are now 1-3 for week 4. That was a great game by Miticus, especially considering that he expected to lose against me. I don't know why. If he continuously gets up that momentum, then that's just gonna happen every game for him. I underestimated that. I didn't capitalize with Excadrill probably like I should have in the game. I was just busy on switching and getting my entire team weak. So that wasn't smart. But that's it for me from this week, guys. Hopefully it turns out better following week. I'm playing Carson, coach of the Arizona Diamond Storms, next week. Hopefully we take him on there. He's got a pretty decent team, even though he wants to get rid of like all the Pokemon. They're still okay. He's got his baby moon duck Cresselia that he's really good with. But Coach Miticus did really good. Commissioner took his spot with the win, showing where he is at. But that's it from this week. It was very poor play on my part. My team was okay. I could have probably filled in X-Cloud with something else. I also didn't use X-Cloud at all this match. Probably could have capitalized on it with Politoed to get damage off instead of like going into Milotic and just being random with that. But hope you'll see the team build go up next week for Carson, and I'll see you guys then. And then I might also be uploading a new series for a new draft that is just taking on right now that I have to go pick some of my last picks in. And I'll explain it in my draft analysis video. So look forward to that as well. That's it from me, guys. Sub, like, and share. Deuces.